on Christmas.
Day 6 of the War on Christmas Advent Calendar, and today it's a kind of nebulous one. Basically, that Christmas isn't really anything to do with what it says it's supposed to do with. Supposedly, Christmas is about when Jesus was born. It's his birthday, conveniently placed right around the winter solstice. Doesn't seem quite right. Now, there's two strands to this. One, a lot of Christian traditions date back to Roman times, when the Emperor Constantine switched to Christianity from multi-theism, where every single thing has its own god. And in doing that, he didn't want to change a lot of the festivities to keep the people happy, so he just renamed them, and they picked the winter solstice festival at the time called Saturnalia, and just went, that'll do, we'll have that one. And then as Christianity spread into Western and Northern Europe, it took on more pagan and Norse traditions, such as Yuletime. And obviously over the last 200 years or so, it's taken even more winter themes from German and North American traditions. And that's how we have what we have now. It doesn't seem likely, though, that Jesus was actually born in December. So, what's the second strand to this? I think it's quite widely established that Jesus was a real person. Whether he was actually a travelling street magician or someone that faked his own death is unclear, but he was at least somebody who spoke to a lot of people and was executed. Given the story of the Nativity took place in a fairly remote part of the Roman Empire at the time, and not in the most structured of circumstances, there's not a lot of official evidence about Jesus' birth. Obviously they didn't know as a baby that he would grow up to be who he was, so they didn't check to make sure first. So all we've got to go by is the New Testament itself, and then match a few bits of that into actual historical events that we know definitely happened. Sort of. So the first most obvious one is that shepherds had their sheep out in a field at the time, and they wouldn't have them out if it was raining, and the middle of winter is the raining season in modern day Israel, West Bank, that sort of place. Now in the Gospel according to Luke, it is stated that John the Baptist is 6 months older than Jesus. And when you work out some of the historical things that might have happened with his dad, the suggestion would be that he was conceived in June and born in March, which would then make Jesus born in September, because that's 6 months later. There's also some astrological events described in the New Testament that take place on the day of his birth, and they seem to match with either about June of the year 2 BC or October in 7 BC. And the October one matches quite well with being 6 months younger than John. So I think that sort of sounds about right. It's all guesswork, but it certainly doesn't sound like December to me. So sorry guys, Christmas was 2 months ago. It's over. Bye bye.